Welcome to Manga Experts. We are back with another top 10 recommendation list. If you like our videos, please leave a like and subscribe for regular updates of our videos. Without any further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Lord of Goblins. Corruption, greed, war. Lev is no stranger to the evils of the world, as he has spent his entire life fighting the predatory system that entangled the world's population and turned them into puppets for the leaders of humanity. But when he's assassinated, he finds himself in a new world, with different yet familiar evils. It's a similar road he must traverse, but this time, he can do so with a lifetime of experience of his previous life. So basically, the main character is a politician in the modern world, but he gets assassinated, and after his death, he finds himself as a goblin inside a fantasy world. This is a canvas webtoon, but it has a better story than most of the shitty original webtoons. It has some minor but very well executed kingdom building elements in it. The art is gorgeous, characters are all brimming with life. The main character is smart and upright. The world building is perfect. This is a criminally underrated gem which deserves your attention. Number 9. Beyond the Sky. Han King-yu lives in a village with his family. His family is poor and his parents works hard to pay his college fees. One night, Han witnesses superhuman-like soldiers fighting aliens that were created by a small meteorite. He's discovered by soldiers who offer him to join them. From that onwards, Han King-yu's life changed forever, and he got involved in an intergalactic war between different civilizations. This manhwa is super lit. The main character's personality is very good. He acts more human-like, and every decision he makes seems very natural. The side characters also have a charm to them. There's no courting death in it, so that's also a plus. The pacing can be a bit slow for some readers, but it's still worth your time. I started reading this manhwa with almost zero expectations, but it really surprised me. This is a love letter to every modern-day sci-fi fantasy genre lover. Number 8. Bliss, End of Gods. 10 years ago, an earth-shattering war nearly destroyed the world. The survivors built a new world, yet it doesn't seem to have calmed down at all. However, there's a hidden secret behind a prosperous city in the midst of the apocalypse. Our main character is a one-armed woman with silver hair. She walks alone in the apocalypse searching for something long lost, accompanied with a wildfire that will see her through the adventure. This manhwa is quite hardcore. The art is black and white, but it's still unique to look at, and it can be a little bit ecchi sometimes. The fight scenes are action-packed and portrayed very well. The story is also mythical and immersive with a lot of depth and originality. Characters are all over the top and well polished. Give it a try if you want a futuristic apocalyptic manhwa with mythical fights and a verge on the brink of destruction. Number 7. Magic Scroll Merchant Zio. In the fantastical medieval land of Erok, magic is wielded by magicians and those wealthy enough to afford to purchase it. The merchant Zio and his young assistant Bono sell magic scrolls, but the success and safety of their magical merchandise is not guaranteed. Zio hates magicians and think they are power-hungry and they are monopolizing magic for themselves. That's why he buys magic from magicians and converts it into scrolls that even normal villagers and kids can use. This story starts off pretty lighthearted, then it turns into a full-scale hardcore monster versus human thing. Zio also has a mysterious past, which is explored as the story progresses. The art is above average because it's an old manhwa. Characters are written very well, and the world building is marvelous. This is a true hidden gem with a lot of potential. Number 6. The Shop with No Name. In a deserted alley traveled by few, it's an antique shop. It has no sign, no name. It sells the usual items. But if you believe the rumors, this particular shop also sells undisclosed wish-granting items, for a price of course. And buyers who fail to follow an item's directions for use will pay an especially high price. The story of this comic is dark and filled with mystery. The art is fit for the darker tone of this comic. Main character sells wish-granting items to buyers, but all of these items have some kind of catch like a curse. This manhwa also has a little bit of mystery to it. Number 5. City of Zack. This manhwa takes place in a dystopian world where water is scarce and Arya City is the only place with abundant supply of water. Zack is the guardian of Arya City, and he is protecting it for decades against the other evil powers eyeing for the rich water supply of the city. But Zack was betrayed by the people and mayor of Arya City. When Zack and the Guardians left, the helpless people of Arya City were attacked. As the people despaired, Zack returned again to Arya City to find it in ruins. Zack has enough of this crap, and now he and his guardians are back to take back the city from evil mayor. The art of this manhwa is comical. This manhwa is filled with fight scenes to the brim. The story is decent, and the characters are also fit for a dystopian world, and the overall world has a vibe of Mad Max to it. Number 4. Grand Legend Ramayana. It's a fictional adaptation of a classic tale of Ramayana, which is derived from India and has become one of the most popular folklores in Indonesia, telling the adventure of a young prince from Ayodhya Kingdom, Rama, with his brother, Lakshmana, along with Shinta, a beautiful yet fearless princess from Mithila Kingdom. Together, they fight the horde of Yaksha, monstrous beings that threaten their kingdoms. This is quite an underrated fantasy comic. Its art is a bit above average, but it will grow on you in no time. Its story is quite engaging with both modern and medieval fantasy elements. Characters are written very well. There are also a lot of satisfying fight scenes in it. Give this a try if you want to experience a completely different fantasy world. Number 3. Just a Goblin. For centuries, adventurers have slaughtered monsters for sport and hunted goblins for their body parts and linens. But Wog the Goblin is curious why humans hunt them. He's also an inventor. After accidentally unlocking an arcane power that allows Nog to level up and grow in strength, he finally discovers the confidence to chase the answers to his question. Nog will set on a perilous quest across the world with his best friend, Gobble, to discover why humans hunt goblins. The story and pacing of this webtoon is quite good. Characters are the best part of this webtoon. Most of them have straightforward and cute personalities. The main character is quite smart for a goblin, and he also gets a system early on, which helps him level up. The only major problem with this webtoon is the art. I've read the author's other works, which had better art, but this one has average art and looks more like a canvas webtoon. The main character is also the forgiving type, which can put some readers off. Other than that, the story is pretty interesting to keep you hooked until the end, and the humor is on point. Number 2. Crows Culling. Amidst increasing tensions between two nations, a young crow, Laventus, is afflicted with an ancient curse that turns him into a demon. Through his journey to purification, Crow will understand more about the curse that haunts his reality while unraveling the truth behind the hidden constructs of this world. This was originally a canvas webtoon, and now the author shifted to Voice Me website and app, so the art can be a bit inconsistent, but it upscales up to 100 during fight scenes. First few chapters can be a bit confusing because things move too much fast, and some things are left unexplained on purpose. The main character is afflicted by an evil curse, which makes him an uncontrollable monster sometimes. The side character's mask is charming and full of life, and he also has some hidden tragic past. The fantasy elements in this comic are executed pretty well. Give this a try if you want a dark fantasy story with a lot of hard-hitting psychological elements. Number 1. I'll resign and have a fresh start in this world. The main character, Lee Soo, lived an ordinary but happy life. 5 years ago, he suddenly loses his parents and becomes a devastated man as he struggles every day. When he was exhausted from the suffocating daily life, a portal opened in his room. This portal leads to a fantasy world brimming with life. He can bring things from his real world and sell them in this fantasy world. He starts off as a commoner and works his way up towards a noble. This manhwa is wholesome and provides dopamine for your soul. It has some really well-executed slice of life and cooking elements. Main character has a likable personality, side characters are written well, and they are adorable to some extent. Art is well polished and more leaning towards the cuter side of things. This is a must-try for everyone looking for something laid back to heal your broken heart and soul.